Hi guys, and welcome back to Crypto Chester. In today's video, we are going to be going over Hedera, HBAR, okay? And we're going to basically be breaking this down from a fundamental perspective, a technical analysis perspective, and to end the video, we're going to be going into a price prediction to see how high this asset could potentially be going here in the next couple of months, potentially 2 years as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. If you like HBAR, if you like Hedera, smash a little like on the video. Helps us out tremendously on the channel. So let's start off with what is HBAR, okay? HBAR is a layer 1 blockchain that actually specializes in the tokenization of real-world assets, okay? It is actually governed and backed by some of the leading blue chip Web 2 companies in the world, okay? We're talking Google, we're talking IBM, we're talking WorldPay, okay? Think of the volume on WorldPay, okay? So if you're thinking about a layer 1 blockchain potentially bridging the gap between Web 2 and Web 3, HBAR is already governed and supported by some of the leading billion-dollar blue chip companies in the world right now. So if they're going to be using any blockchain, it's going to be the one that they govern, okay? And that is basically a little breakdown into what Hedera actually is. And let's get into it a little bit more, okay? Hedera is most used sustainable enterprise-grade public network for decentralized economy that allows individuals and businesses to create powerful decentralized applications, okay? Super simple stuff, and this is all done by the HBAR blockchain and the Hedera hash graph, okay? So older blockchains tend to use proof of work, that's obviously nodes and mining to validate transactions, while younger blockchains opted for proof of stake, which we did see Ethereum obviously go over to and is currently, okay? But the Hedera hash graph system has a structure that was created from scratch, specifically for the project itself, okay? And that's basically, Hedera is based on a proof of stake model that is believed to increase the efficiency of transaction verifications in the network and provide a high level of security and protect the network from obviously hackers, hacker attacks. And its ecosystem has the underlying hash graph consensus algorithm and the global enterprise governing body. Now that does a little bit shine the light on a bit of like non-decentralization, a bit of centralization there. But if this is going to be the governing blockchain that all the blue chip companies are going to be using, we basically know this thing is going to absolutely explode in the price. Now, we will go into the price prediction and we will go into the chart very shortly. I know you're all twiddling your thumbs, really hoping for it. So just bear with me 1 second because there is another bit of news that I want to talk to you again about Hedera, and it's actually about the unlocking schedule. Now, the unlocking schedule has been going here since 2019, and it actually ends basically in June 2025. Okay, very soon, may I add. We've actually just had one of the biggest unlocks for Hedera, potentially nearly balancing out the max supply and the circulating supply. Now, why is this important, guys? It's important because when you have, say, team allocations, foundations, network operations, and stuff like this, and community and development, it basically means they are actually spending the supply on the development of the project, or the team is taking wages and they need to sell it to pay their rent or whatever they're doing with the supply. And that essentially does affect the price of the project, okay? Because basically it means the development and stuff, it sells into the price of the project, and that basically sells into liquidity, and you guys unfortunately are used as exit liquidity. This is a very common thing in crypto, having vesting schedules for projects to slowly extract value, okay? This is quite a big problem in the space, but again, very common as well if it's done correctly. Now, the one thing about Hedera right now is, as I said, it's basically the end of their schedule. So a lot of things that do deter investors is something like this. They don't like the unlocking period. They don't like being sold into and being used as exit liquidity. So this is actually very important here that this is ending. This could cause a massive spike for this layer 1 blockchain, and it's very exciting to see this because not a lot of coins are actually coming to this end right now. They've got many years left. For example, the Trump coin that just launched, I think it's got like another 4 years of unlocking schedule that it's continuously going to be selling liquidity into the investors, okay? So very bullish to see Hedera HBAR coming to the end of this vesting and unlocking schedule here. Now, You've all been waiting for it very patiently, my Ed. Thank you ever so much for waiting. Let's get into the chart and let's see what is happening here with HBAR, how we can make some money, and also how high can this thing be going in the future. Okay, so let's talk all-time highs to kick us off. All-time highs currently sat at 57 cents, doing very, very well there. But let's talk all-time high market cap, because this is where this whole vesting schedule comes into play here, because the all-time high market cap is basically the all-time high of how much money has actually ever been put into the asset. Now, you can see this was actually back in January. Back at the start of January, we actually hit the all-time high market cap for Hedera, okay? So, regardless of the price, back in 2021, being at 44 cents, the most money that's ever been invested in the asset in reference to the supply was at the start of this year, okay? You look at the price back then, it was a $6 billion market cap, which is less than it is now, okay? A lot less than it is now, currently at 8.9. But you can see the price, it's basically over double, okay? It's basically over double, okay? So you can see the liquidity and basically the money that was extracted out of this project through the development, okay? So basically we're talking all-time high market cap would be at this level at around $12 billion. So if we're looking at the price, that is actually going to be an all-time high price of around 33 cents. I know it's not accurate when you're looking at it like that, but that is how you work it out when you're looking at fully circulated supply and after vesting schedules and stuff like that. So 33 cents is going to be the all-time high that we're going to be using right now because it's the all-time high market cap. Now, how far are we off that? Okay, let's really dive into this a little bit more in depth. You can see obviously we've got a massive trend line coming down from this all-time high market cap here, and you can see we're actually on a breakout scenario. Now, this breakout scenario is important, okay, because it's nearly at the end, but there is still a bit of room for growth here. Now, obviously, the markets are doing well. Everything's popping off. It's looking great, okay? This is the measure move, and it is predicted to take us up to around 26 cents, which will potentially continue here for another 24%. Now, that is quite an attractive figure here and a safe figure in this current macro uptrend, okay? It's looking quite clean overall, so it's definitely a nice trade to be looking out for there. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, all of that good stuff. Now, you can see we're actually above all major moving averages here on the daily, which again, very bullish. When we're above all major moving averages, we like to see massive moves, and you can see it does happen here. So right now, we could be seeing another massive rally up to market cap all-time highs again, which would, again, spike the price quite dramatically. Now, do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely. I think this asset is seriously underpriced right now. And now I'm going to get into a price prediction to basically see how high this thing could be going here in the next coming months and years. So if we're looking at it from a layer one blockchain perspective here, we can actually go and am I on the right thing? Yeah, we can look at the chart here. We can see the Hedera is actually 16th in the cryptocurrency race right now. And in terms of layer one blockchains, it's actually below some of the major layer one blockchains that, in my opinion, are less likely to get that worldwide adoption than a project like Hedera. Okay, I said it at the start of the video, you can see all these blue chip companies that are governing this ecosystem, and they will be basically using this ecosystem over other ecosystems like AVAX or ADA or something like that, right? And you can imagine the volume that these companies will be producing when that does happen. Okay, so that's one factor to put into consideration. Now, market cap all-time high, again, was $12 billion. If we're looking at doubling that right now, that would be, as I said, $24 billion. Now, that would be essentially a 2x from the previous market cap all-time high, which again is 100% on the chart, guys. Okay, that would put the price of this asset up to 80 cents. Okay, 80 cents, I think it's quite achievable. Okay, it's a 4x from where we are now. But if we go 200%, remember, that's only a $36 billion market cap. If we're looking at other assets right now, you've got Solana up around 80 billion, I do believe. You've got 93 billion for Solana right now, okay? And that is not taking into consideration that Hedera's got all the blue chip companies, massive real world asset utilization. It's partnered up with Chainlink already, which is obviously the decentralized oracle between Web 2 and Web 3 for smart contracts. Very, very interesting stuff. And yeah, so that's a $36 billion market cap that we're looking at here at a $1.19. 36. I think a $50 billion market cap is easily achievable. Okay, so if we go up to this level, this is a $48 billion market cap, which again, it's basically half of Solana right now, and that puts Hedera up to $1.61 in this market. That is super achievable. It's only half of Solana's market cap right now. If we are looking at looking at a percentage gain from where we are currently up to that price level, it's a 7.6x on your investment, guys. A 662% gain. Absolutely outrageous amounts of money to be made here. And that is still being very conservative, okay? If we actually go higher than that and look at a $100 billion market cap, we're looking at 1,000% for this asset, guys. So please take note that this thing is seriously underpriced, and I really do think that there is a lot of growth to be had with this asset. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I want to know your opinion in the comment section of HBAR and whether you think that this is an outlandish prediction for this run and whether you think that we are going to be getting there. I'm super intrigued to know your opinion. Drop a little like if you found any sort of value here. It does help out the channel tremendously. And make sure you subscribe, guys. I see a lot of you watching the videos and not subscribing every day. So please do that, and you will be notified essentially when I upload, and you can basically get into some good positions as well. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Join the Telegram to get involved with the CC Gang family. That's going to be it from me for now. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.